calls for violence, for social and economic boycotts. These events featured explicit calls for violence, for social and economic boycotts, and dehumanizing language describing minorities as termites, pests, and snakes and pigs. And US-based social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X serve as a central infrastructure for spreading this hate and bigotry and incitement to violence. Of the in-person hate speech events we documented in 2025, videos from nearly 97% were first shared or live streamed on social media platforms. And half of India's 28 states today have passed anti-conversion laws weaponized to incarcerate Muslims and Christians. And many activists and journalists, some including my friends, languish behind the bars under the anti-terror laws like UAPA. The regime has also revoked the foreign funding licenses of nearly 22,000 nonprofit organizations under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. And the Special Intensive Revision, or the SIR, of electoral rolls is now being deployed to disenfranchise minority voters. As my co-panelist, Dr. Chatterjee, just mentioned, more than 9 million voters were excluded before last month's state elections in West Bengal. SIR now forms a triad with the Citizenship Amendment Act and the National Register of Citizens, enabling widespread disenfranchisement of Indian Muslims. India has also become one of the leading source countries of transnational repression and transnational disinformation campaigns targeting critics, journalists, academics, and the Sikh and the Kashmiri diaspora. Just 6 weeks ago, Indian government sent a letter to X or Twitter demanding my GPS location data. This is the length to which the state I'm testifying today is willing to go to silence its critics abroad. I urge the US government to act on following 4 recommendations. First, impose targeted global Magnitsky sanctions on Indian officials driving this persecution, including Chief Ministers Himanta Biswa Sarma, Yogi Adityanath, Pushkar Singh Dhami, and other senior BJP leaders, and on the RSS, the Bajrang Dal, and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Second, designate India as a country of particular concern and also a source country for transnational repression, and establish specialized TNR task force at FBI field offices nationwide to prosecute such crimes and cases. Third, USERF should examine the role of private companies whose machinery has been used in the destruction of minority properties, hold them accountable, and ensure they adopt binding human rights safeguards. And fourth, USERF should convene a public hearing with executives of US-based social media companies on the systemic risks their platform pose as driver of incitement and violence against religious minorities in India. I thank the Commission for its sustained attention to these issues. Yeah. These events featured explicit calls for violence, for social and